Hi, welcome to Insights from the Torah portion. Today we talk about Tu Bab, the holiday of love, and we talk about a way out to identify if there's some problems in marriage people, but you can also use it for kids or like regular people that come to you to help. And you can also use it for yourself to see where you put your energy and figure out where you have problems and where you can change. It's a very useful tool. So stay with me to the end. It's worth it. If you didn't register to the YouTube channel, so now it's the time to subscribe. And please share this video with your friends. So as usual, we start with the Torah idea, and then we continue to the psychology tool. So this year, there was Tisha B'Av on Sunday, and Tu Bab on Yom Shishi. And basically, Tisha B'Av, it's the end of period of sadness. It's called Bein HaMetzarim. It's a period of sad time that bad stuff happened to Israel. It starts with the 17th of Tammuz and goes to Tisha B'Av. That Tisha B'Av is like the day of Churban and sadness, and we fast. And Tu B'Av, 15th of Av, is the holiday of love and closeness and forgiveness and love. And in Masechet Ta'anit, they talk about it. They say 5 bad stuff that happened in Yudayim and Tammuz, and 5 bad stuff that happened in Tisha B'Av. And their conclusion is משנכנס אב, ממעטים בשמחה, like from the time חודש Av, the month of Av is coming in, we less in simcha. And in the same Masechet Ta'anit, they're also talking about good stuff that happened in Tu B'Av, and the Mishnah starts with that there weren't good days to Israel like Tu B'Av and Yom Kippur. They say it's like Yom Kippur, it's a day of forgiveness and love, and it's really happy and special day. So I won't tell you all the bad stuff that happened in Tisha B'Av, but one of them that I want to talk about, that it's actually in contrast to something that happened in Tu B'Av, and I found it really interesting, is that in that day, so one thing is that the first temple and the second temple were destroyed in that day, and it's a day of sadness and Churban. But the other thing is that in the Midbar, Bnei Israel, they did the sin of the Meraglim, and then they got cursed. I don't know how to say it like that. They won't go into Eretz Israel, and basically they went 40 years in the desert, and every year in Tisha B'Av, many of the people died in that day. And because there were so many people that died in one day, so they had a method. In Tisha B'Av, all the people of Israel that were in that age range that were supposed to die, they did holes in the ground, and they just went to sleep in the holes. And then the morning, whoever woke up, fine, and whoever didn't, they just cover them with dirt, and that was his place, his grave, basically. And what happened in Tu B'Av is contrary to it, that there was like many happy things that happens in Tu B'Av, but One of it says that it's the day that the people of the Midbar stop dying, because basically in the 4th year, like every year before that, everybody goes, dig their holes, go sleeps in the pit, and in the morning everybody wakes up, and they're like, okay, maybe we didn't count right the days, maybe it's not Tisha B'Av, maybe it's tomorrow. So the night after that, again, everybody goes, sleeps in the dirt, they wake up in the morning, nobody dies. And they're like, what's going on? So they continue night after night till Tu Bab comes. And in Tu Bab, the moon is full. And then there's no question that it's not Tisha B'Av anymore. It's obviously Tu Bab. And it was a big happy day because it meant that the people will stop dying now in the Midbar, and the people who stayed there can go into Eretz Israel, and it was a very happy day, and it's exactly in contrast to Tu B'Av. So that was very interesting point. And I saw a lady, she was talking about the meaningful of the moon being filled. Her name is Shlomit Shmida, and she was writing for Parashat V'Etchanan in a website called Chabad Or Ein Sof. It's in Hebrew, and she said the main idea of Tu B'Av is that the moon is full, and she says when the moon is full, you can see the Sfirat Malchut, one of the 10 Sfirot. She says every month there's a 15 of that month, also Pesach and Sukkot, but the specialty about Tu B'Av being in the middle of the month is the rays that it comes after Tisha B'Av, because in Tisha B'Av we were so low, so down, going to Galut, so darkness, people were dying, the Mikdash was getting destroyed twice, and it's the sign of the Malchut going down, and it's like the Girush of the Adam HaRishon from Gan Eden, and it's like really sad day, and because Tisha B'Av and Tu B'Av, they come like in such a contrast next to each other, so then it makes Tu B'Av even more happier. And she says that the going so down, then going up is more meaningful and special. And she said that Am Israel, they're like the moon, and it's a symbol of the marriage of Am Israel and Kadosh Baruch Hu. And that's another thing that connects basically Tu B'Av to marriage. Also, it says in Masechet Tanit that in this day of Tu B'Av, there was a minhag that the girls would go out and dance and find their husbands, and they use the words cholot bakramim, cholot from like mecholelot, like from dancing, but also it reminds the word cholat ahava, like sickness of love, that in Shira Shirim, the woman, she says it multiple times that she's cholat ahava, she's sick of love, and again connect us to love and happiness and being close to each other. So we talked about the connection between Tu B'Av and the moon, but there's also some connection between Tu B'Av and the sun. And again, in Masechet Tanit, they say that in Tu B'Av, they stopped cutting trees to use them for the Mizbeach to have fire. And they explain why, because in Tu B'Av, the sun starts to get less strong, and they need the sun to be strong in order to dry the wood, so it will be useful for the mizbeach. You need to use dry wood for the fire, and because the sun getting less strong, so they stopped cutting trees on the day. So I wanted to take that idea of the sun and connect it to a CBT tool. That the name of the tool is the Sun of Pleasure, and I will explain how it works. But I just want to say that this tool is taken from a Hebrew book. I don't know if there's translation to it. It's Dr. Naomi Apple that wrote it. And the name of the book is The Power of CBT in a therapy for couples, but I also have the book of for kids, and she also used this method for kids, but people can also use it from the soft to verify what their stuff is out for them and how they can change. So now we share screen. It will be in Hebrew, but it just give us the picture, and I will translate the English so you get the idea. So basically, I'm sharing the screen 1 second. Okay. So, 1 second, I'll do it again. Just a second. And share screen. Okay, now it works. So basically, when somebody comes to you, or if you want to do it for yourself, you put the name in the middle, and then you need to do lines like the sunlight, and on every line, or you can do another circle like I did in this picture. You write meaningful people or stuff in the person's life. So it can be your children, your couple, friend, if it's your job, taking care of the house, parents, everything that is meaningful. And you write stuff, you write the main stuff. And then at every single thing you wrote, you want to write how much it's comfortable for you, how much it's pleasant. And you write stuff that are pleasant and stuff that are not. If it's a kid, you also will ask him to write about school. If he doesn't write it for himself, you want to ask him how is school for you, and if there's other stuff that you're interested in, so you can ask him to write that thing, and then say how much it's pleasant for him, from 1 to 10. That 1 is like really not pleasant, and 10 is very pleasant. And you can see I gave like random numbers to different stuff, and then after he does it, or after you do it for yourself, you can ask him or yourself about something that he gave a low grade. What can change so the grade will be higher? And about something that has a high grade, you can ask what makes it feel so comfortable and good. So then you know what the person likes and what makes him feel better. You can write stuff he likes to do, if he has hobbies, different stuff. And you can also see what can change, so something lower can get higher. So for instance, I had somebody that came to therapy with me, and she was a girl in school. So I asked her, okay, how much is comfortable and fun to be in school? And she wrote 2. And then I asked her, okay, so what would need to change so we'll have a higher rank? And she said there's a specific teacher that it's really not comfortable for me with her. So if I won't learn with her, so then my entire feeling of school the entire experience of going to school will change from 2 to 7. So 2 is like really bad experience in school, and 7 is like good experience. So basically one teacher influenced her entire feeling about the school, and it was very interesting because when you can put the finger about one specific thing, you can take care of it. When like the entire school, going to school is bad, that's hard. But if you can identify something specific, so you can say, okay, maybe you can talk to the teacher, maybe you can do something about it, check what's so bad about it and work about it, but it's like something that you can actually identify and work with. So that's why it's a great tool. So this is the first stage. The second stage of the tool, I will show you a different picture. Let's see, again, some problem. 1 second. I'll do it again. One second. Okay, I'm sharing the screen. Let's see. Okay, now it works. So in the second stage, you ask the person to draw a circle, a new circle, and then put how much energy he spends on the things. Like the sun has energy. So also here we want to see, like it doesn't need to put all this stuff. Like we saw before that there was like, I don't know, 8 stuff. So now I only put 4 main things, because I choose the stuff that I actually put a lot of my energy into it. It means I think about it a lot. I work with it. Like it takes out of my time and my energy and my thoughts. And from this you can see very interesting things. So sometimes something is like give me a lot of comfort, but it also takes out of my time and energy. And sometimes you can see like between, if you have a couple, so you can see how much the other couple takes energy from each other and how much the work is significant, and you can learn a lot of stuff from this thing. It's really I really think it's a great tool. You can also identify stuff for yourself, like where I put my energy and my time and what I can change. And if you have any questions about that, please write me underneath this place to ask questions. I will answer all of them. Also, you can join my WhatsApp group and get those videos weekly, and share this video with friends that you think can help them. If you have some people that are therapists or working with people, it's a really great tool. And have a Tu Bab Sameach. See you in the next video, Bezrat Hashem. Bye.